In the grand, expansive halls of the Galactic Council, humanity remained the perpetual joke of interstellar civilizations. Delegates from hundreds of star systems gathered annually to discuss galactic politics, technological advancements, and potential diplomatic relations. For decades, humans were treated as the awkward, unsophisticated newcomers, a species barely worthy of acknowledgement. Captain J. Park stood silently at the observation deck, watching the proceedings with calculating eyes. His dark uniform, crisp and immaculate, contrasted sharply with the vibrant and exotic attire of alien representatives. Around him, holographic displays flickered with translation algorithms, converting the complex linguistic exchanges into comprehensible human language. The Thorian representative, a towering creature with iridescent scales and multiple tentacle-like appendages, was midway through a particularly condescending speech. Its translator rendered the words with a mocking tone. Humans continue to demonstrate their primitive technological understanding. Their space exploration efforts are comparable to children playing with basic transportation models. Murmurs of agreement rippled through the assembly. Reptilian delegates from the Krell Confederation nodded their scaled heads, while crystalline beings from the Luminara system projected waves of collective derision. They have not even mastered basic quantum tunneling, added a delegate from the Andromeda cluster, its voice a series of melodic clicks and whistles. Their spacecraft are mere metal containers drifting through the void, powered by rudimentary chemical propulsion. J. Park's expression remained neutral, but a slight twitch at the corner of his mouth suggested something more, a hidden knowledge, a secret that would soon change everything. Nearby, Lieutenant Hannah Kim watched the proceedings from a secondary observation platform. Her fingers brushed against a small communicator, transmitting encrypted data streams back to Earth's most classified research facility. She knew something the alien delegates did not. Humanity was far more advanced than anyone suspected. The mockery continued. Holographic displays showcased humanity's previous space missions, clunky rockets, basic satellite deployments, and early planetary explorations. Each image was met with condescending laughter and dismissive gestures from the alien representatives. Their understanding of interstellar travel is kindergarten level, proclaimed a gaseous entity from the nebula kingdoms. Its form constantly shifted, resembling a cloud of luminescent particles. They have not even developed stable warp technologies or quantum communication networks. What the aliens did not realize was that humanity's apparent technological limitations were carefully constructed illusions. While other civilizations boasted about their advancements, human researchers worked in complete secrecy, developing technologies that would soon redefine the galactic power structure. Captain Park's mission was simple yet revolutionary: demonstrate humanity's true potential without revealing all their cards. The Stealth Ship project represented years of covert research, pushing the boundaries of quantum mechanics, material science, and computational intelligence. Lieutenant Kim's team had successfully created a spacecraft capable of bending light, absorbing electromagnetic radiation, and rendering itself completely undetectable to even the most advanced scanning technologies. It was a breakthrough that would make current stealth technologies look like children's magic tricks. As the Galactic Council continued its annual ritual of mocking humanity, J. Park allowed himself a momentary smile. The aliens believed they understood humans, their limitations, their potential, their place in the cosmic hierarchy. But they were about to learn a fundamental lesson: never underestimate a species driven by curiosity, innovation, and an unyielding spirit of exploration. The meeting would conclude, the laughter would fade, and the alien delegates would return to their respective star systems, completely unaware that humanity was preparing a demonstration that would forever change their perception. In the vast, cold expanse of space, a revolution was brewing, one that would be silent, precise, and utterly unexpected. The research facility sat hidden beneath layers of rock and advanced camouflage, nestled deep within a remote mountain range. Lieutenant Hannah Kim moved between holographic displays, her fingers dancing across quantum computational interfaces that hummed with potential energy. Surrounding her, a team of 20 carefully selected scientists worked in controlled silence. Each individual represented the pinnacle of human technological innovation, experts in quantum mechanics, material engineering, and advanced computational systems. Their mission was simple yet impossibly complex: create a spacecraft that could become invisible. Not just visually invisible, but quantum invisible. A vessel that could bend light, absorb electromagnetic radiation, and trick every known scanning technology in the galaxy. Prototype components lined sterile workstations. Experimental materials that could shift molecular structures faster than light could detect them. Computational algorithms that could predict and redirect energy signatures with microscopic precision. "We're close," Hannah muttered to herself, studying a complex holographic model of their stealth ship's hull. The model constantly shifted, its surface mimicking the background environment with near-perfect synchronization. Her lead engineer, a quiet man named Dae-sung, approached with a data tablet. "Initial quantum camouflage tests show 99.7% effectiveness," he reported. His voice carried a mixture of professional calm and barely contained excitement. The team had spent years developing technologies that would make current human stealth systems look like children's magic tricks. They weren't just creating a spacecraft, they were rewriting the fundamental understanding of technological concealment. Advanced cooling systems would prevent heat signatures. Quantum entanglement would allow instantaneous communication without detectable signals. The ship's hull would dynamically adapt its molecular structure, becoming more transparent than the space around it. Outside the facility, the world continued its normal routine. Satellites passed overhead, their sensors detecting nothing more than a typical research complex. Government monitoring systems showed nothing unusual, exactly as planned. Hannah reviewed the latest simulation results. The stealth ship could theoretically pass through the most advanced alien defense networks without triggering a single alarm. It wasn't just about being invisible, it was about being undetectable at every possible technological level. "We're ready for the first full system integration test," Dae-sung announced, his fingers already preparing complex computational sequences. The room grew tense. Years of research, billions in funding, and the collective dreams of human technological ambition were about to be tested. If successful, they would prove that humanity was far more advanced than any alien civilization suspected. The holographic displays flickered. Quantum algorithms began running complex predictive models. The stealth ship's virtual representation started to blur, its edges becoming indistinguishable from the background environment. For a moment, nothing happened. Then suddenly, the ship disappeared. Not just faded or became translucent, it completely vanished. As if it had never existed. Dae-sung's hand trembled slightly as he checked the computational readings. "Complete quantum concealment achieved," he whispered, his voice barely audible. Hannah allowed herself a small smile. The aliens who had spent years mocking humanity were about to receive a lesson they would never forget. This wasn't just a technological breakthrough, this was a statement. Humans were not just another primitive species, they were innovators, dreamers, and masters of technological evolution. The stealth ship project represented more than a military advancement. It was proof of human potential, of the ability to achieve what others considered impossible. Outside the mountain facility, the world continued spinning. No one knew about the revolution brewing in this hidden complex. No one except the dedicated team of scientists who were about to change everything. The first full-scale stealth ship was almost ready. And the galaxy would soon learn to respect humanity in ways it never imagined possible. The massive alien fleet assembled near the Orion cluster's edge, believing themselves completely secure. Massive battleships stretched across multiple light-years, their defensive networks considered impenetrable by every known galactic standard. Captain J. Park guided the stealth ship with surgical precision. His hands moved deliberately across quantum navigation systems, each movement calculated and smooth. The ship's advanced technology made no sound, no vibration, no detectable energy signature. Around him, the crew maintained absolute silence. Lieutenant Hannah Kim monitored quantum interference protocols, ensuring their invisible vessel remained undetected. Her fingers danced across computational interfaces, tracking complex multi-dimensional navigation routes. The alien fleet consisted of thousands of vessels from different star systems. Massive crystalline warships from the Luminara Confederation stood alongside organic biomechanical vessels from the Krell Empire. Defense grids surrounded these ships, with scanning technologies that could theoretically detect a single atom moving through space. But they couldn't detect the human stealth ship. Navigational challenges were immense. One microscopic mistake could reveal their position. Captain Park understood the mission's complexity. They weren't just passing through enemy territory. They were gathering critical intelligence about potential invasion plans targeting human colonies. Quantum camouflage systems worked perfectly. The ship absorbed surrounding radiation, redirected light waves, and manipulated quantum signatures faster than any tracking system could register. It was like a ghost moving through a crowded room, invisible, undetectable, perfectly silent. Detailed scans revealed fascinating information. Alien fleet configurations, weapon system placements, communication network structures, everything was meticulously recorded. Each piece of data represented a potential defensive strategy for humanity. Approaching primary intelligence collection zone, Hannah whispered, her voice barely audible. The stealth ship glided past massive alien battleships. Defensive grid sensors swept continuously, searching for any intrusion. Thousands of computational systems worked simultaneously, attempting to detect even the slightest anomaly. They found nothing. Captain Park's navigation was masterful. He understood that successful infiltration wasn't just about remaining undetected, it was about moving with purpose, collecting information, and leaving no trace. Alien communication channels buzzed with routine chatter. Fleet commanders discussed potential expansion strategies, trade route negotiations, and military positioning. None suspected a human vessel was collecting every single transmission. The mission's objective was clear: understand potential threats before they could materialize. Humanity would not be caught unprepared again. Hours passed. The stealth ship moved through the massive fleet like a phantom, collecting terabytes of critical intelligence. Weapon system specifications, fleet movement algorithms, communication encryption codes, everything was carefully documented. Data collection at 98% completion, Hannah reported, her voice calm and professional. Captain Park nodded. Their mission was almost complete. Soon, they would return to Earth with information that would reshape humanity's strategic understanding of potential galactic conflicts. The alien fleet remained oblivious. Thousands of vessels, representing multiple advanced civilizations, continued their routine operations. Defensive systems remained active, scanning for potential threats. They would find nothing. As the stealth ship began its carefully planned extraction, Captain Park allowed himself a momentary sense of satisfaction. The aliens who had spent years mocking humanity were about to discover how wrong they had been. Technological superiority wasn't about boasting. It was about precise, calculated action. The ship disappeared into the cosmic darkness, leaving behind no trace, just a subtle quantum disturbance that no scanning system could ever detect. Humanity's message was clear: we are here, we are watching, and we are far more advanced than anyone suspected. The alien fleet assembly looked like a metallic constellation, thousands of vessels packed tightly within the Orion cluster. Massive battleships from multiple star systems stood in perfect formation, their defensive networks humming with advanced technological systems. Suddenly, everything changed. The human stealth ship decloaked directly in the center of the fleet. No warning. No approach. It simply materialized, as if born from the empty space between starships. Captain J. Park's vessel appeared without sound, without energy signature, without any traditional detection method. The ship's quantum camouflage systems made its sudden appearance seem like a magic trick, impossible yet happening right before their sensors. Alien commanders froze. Thousands of complex scanning systems simultaneously failed to comprehend what was happening. Communication channels went silent. Defensive protocols became confused, unable to process the unexpected intrusion. Lieutenant Hannah Kim monitored the ship's systems, her fingers moving across quantum interfaces. Every movement was calculated, precise, designed to maximize psychological impact. The stealth ship's weapon systems remained powered down. This wasn't about destruction. This was a demonstration of technological superiority. Alien fleet commanders struggled to respond. Their most advanced tracking systems had been completely bypassed. A human vessel had infiltrated their most secure military assembly without triggering a single alarm. Reptilian commanders from the Krell Confederation stared in disbelief. Crystalline beings from the Luminara system attempted to recalibrate their scanning technologies. Gaseous entities from distant nebula kingdoms tried to understand how this was possible. Captain Park's voice cut through the communication channels. Clear. Calm. Professional. "We are humanity," the transmission stated. "We are here to demonstrate our technological capabilities. No threats. No aggression. Just a simple, powerful statement." The psychological impact was immediate. Alien civilizations that had spent years mocking humanity now realized they had drastically underestimated Earth's technological potential. Weapon systems on surrounding alien vessels remained inactive. Not out of fear, but out of pure shock. How could a species they considered primitive achieve such an impossible technological feat? Hannah monitored the data streams. Each second of silence represented a victory for humanity. They weren't just showing their capabilities, they were rewriting the entire galactic understanding of human potential. The stealth ship's hull reflected the surrounding starlight, its surface capable of mimicking any background with perfect synchronization. It was more than a spacecraft, it was a statement of human innovation. Minutes passed. The alien fleet remained motionless, their communication systems overwhelmed by the unexpected intrusion. Captain Park allowed the moment to stretch. Every second of silence was a testament to human engineering, human determination, human potential. Alien intelligence networks would spend years trying to understand how this infiltration was possible. Research teams would analyze every microscopic detail, attempting to comprehend the quantum technologies that made such a mission achievable. But they would find nothing. The technologies were too advanced, too complex, too far beyond their current understanding. The message was clear: humanity was no longer a species to be overlooked or mocked. They were a technological force that could appear anywhere, anytime, without warning. As quickly as it appeared, the stealth ship began its extraction sequence. No dramatic exit. No unnecessary display of force. Just a quiet, calculated withdrawal that left the alien fleet more confused and impressed than threatened. Lieutenant Hannah Kim's final scan showed complete mission success. They had entered the most secure alien military assembly, collected critical intelligence, and departed without firing a single weapon. Captain J. Park allowed himself a small smile. The galactic perception of humanity was about to change forever. The Galactic Council chamber fell silent when the first reports arrived. Delegates from hundreds of star systems stared in disbelief at the transmission records of humanity's unprecedented infiltration. Admiral Suk Choi sat before the global communication network, his expression calm and calculated. Behind him, massive screens displayed the complex data collected during the stealth ship's mission. Each piece of information represented a fundamental shift in galactic power dynamics. "Humanity is no longer a species to be ignored," he stated simply. The alien representatives struggled to process the implications. The Thorian delegation, who had spent years mocking human technological capabilities, now sat frozen in shock. Their multiple tentacle-like appendages remained motionless, a rare sign of complete bewilderment. Intelligence reports revealed something more alarming. The human stealth ship had not just passed through alien territory. It had collected comprehensive data about military configurations, communication networks, and potential invasion strategies of multiple star systems. No weapons were fired. No direct threats were made. The message was clear and devastating: humanity could go anywhere, see anything, without being detected. Diplomatic channels across the galaxy began reassessing human potential. Research teams from various civilizations started intensive studies to understand the quantum technologies demonstrated by the stealth ship. Lieutenant Hannah Kim became an instant legend within Earth's scientific community. Her quantum camouflage technologies had single-handedly transformed humanity's galactic standing. Universities and research institutions began developing new programs inspired by her breakthrough. Captain J. Park was called to provide detailed mission reports. His methodical approach and strategic thinking impressed military strategists worldwide. He had not just completed a mission, he had changed the entire conversation about human capabilities. The economic impact was immediate. Alien trade networks that had previously marginalized human technological exports now scrambled to establish cooperative agreements. Investment flows shifted dramatically, with multiple star systems showing sudden interest in human research and development. Technological companies on Earth found themselves at the center of unprecedented global attention. Quantum research funding increased exponentially. Young scientists and engineers saw new possibilities opening before them. "We will not be defined by others' perceptions," Admiral Choi told the global media. "We will define ourselves." The stealth ship's mission represented more than a military achievement. It was a psychological transformation. Humanity was no longer the new, uncertain species at the galactic table. They were now a force to be recognized and respected. Alien diplomatic channels buzzed with complex discussions. How could a species they had consistently underestimated achieve such a technological breakthrough? What other capabilities might humans be hiding? Quantum research laboratories on Earth worked overtime. The success of the stealth ship was not an endpoint, it was a beginning. Teams were already developing next-generation technologies that would push boundaries even further. The Galactic Council's next assembly would be different. No more mockery. No more condescension. Humanity had earned its place through innovation, determination, and strategic brilliance. Captain Park understood the mission's true significance. It wasn't about showing military might. It was about changing perceptions. Demonstrating that humanity's potential was limited only by imagination and dedication. Lieutenant Hannah Kim continued refining the quantum camouflage technologies. Each improvement represented another step in humanity's technological evolution. The aliens who had laughed would soon be studying their innovations. As news spread across star systems, a new understanding emerged. Humanity was not just another species. They were innovators, explorers, and technological pioneers. The balance of power had shifted. Quietly. Precisely. Permanently. And the galaxy would never be the same again.